The question for the lecture today is to see how Newman's university principle and collegiate principle that he's drawing from the medieval period, what does it mean for us today? And this is always a question that we're going to be addressing throughout the class, because the premise of this class on the history of Western education is that we are standing on the shoulders of a 2,000-year-old tradition. And in order for us to understand education today, we need to keep looking back to that tradition. Because in many respects, it's a fundamental aspect of time. In order to know who you are, you have to know where you've come from and where you're going. And so this history, in many respects, serves as a renewal, a helpful way for us to renew education today. And this really does come to a really fundamental issue that we have to be thinking about, that all institutions need renewal. Marriage and family needs renewal. And this is really just on a personal basis. Nobody ever, in a sense, is coasting. Every moment, every stage of a marriage, for example, has to be thinking, okay, what needs to be done here? But this is also true for other institutions as well, such as monasteries and parishes and governments, and in our situation, schools and universities. So as we think about this renewal, we want to draw from the past. And this is an interesting question. All pasts and need to be drawn from and purified and developed. One has to be really careful. There has been some moments in history where the renewal was, in a sense, severed from the past. When one looks at the French Revolution, for example, the French Revolution wants to destroy the past. It doesn't actually even want it to start the years over again. The beginning of the French Revolution was year one. Whereas the American Revolution was not a revolution that rejected everything. It was obviously rejecting what they saw as unjust powers from the English, but it was drawing upon Christianity, it was drawing upon the Western tradition, and it did not want to start over. So this whole idea of renewal is drawing from that. So let me give you one case study as you think about how these principles could relate to your situation, your experience of education.